Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 399. It is the last day of the week, aka the Big Bang Attack workout. I'm feeling very tired right now. I don't feel like doing this workout, but I'm going to do it anyway. But with that being said, to the main subject matter for today. Walking 10K steps a day. So the main reason why I want to discuss this is because I got this watch not that long ago, as you may or may not have noticed, and I started counting my steps because it has a pedometer on it. And we'll talk about the watch too in a later bit. But this is just, I wanted to see how long or what it takes to get 10K steps for at least a month plus. And I think I've got this watch now. It's been at least 2 months, give or take, a little bit under. But by the time this gets released, it'll probably be around 3 months. But I've noticed that basically almost every single day, with the exception of 2 days, that I've gotten up to 10K steps plus. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about that, what I do, why it's good, the benefits I've also noticed, and a few other things like that, because it's been very interesting, as well as something that one of my friends mentioned. Shout out Walter. But with that being said, I will see you at Mother Base.
All right, so started this day off with single arm lat pull down, which is pretty good. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. 10K steps a day. So a little while ago, I ended up buying this Casio watch, which is actually a very nice watch. And I like it because it looks classic and it's very old school. But as well, the reason why I bought it is because it had a built-in pedometer. And I've been wanting to count my steps since I got this job, because I knew that since I sit at a desk all the time, I knew I was going to want something to actually figure out how many steps I take in a day. So then I got this watch, and now I've been using it ever since. And I will say it's probably come in handy very much. Besides the fact that it's a watch and knowing what time it is all the time is actually very useful, the pedometer has been very useful as well, just to see what days I'm active, very active versus inactive, and making sure that I can curb the inactive days with some walking using the walking pad. I've had a walking pad for a while. I just never really used it as much as I should have, but now I have been using it while wearing a weighted backpack just to add a little bit of extra quote unquote difficulty. It does have an incline, but it kind of sucks, so I don't use it that much. But overall, getting 10K steps a day is a little bit harder than I expected. I end up walking a lot more at work than I thought I would. I use their gym that I have in the building to just walk on the treadmill for a little while, especially right now that it's winter. If it was a nice day outside, I'd walk around outside, but indoors it's a little bit nicer because I get to do other things whilst on the treadmill, like do whatever random task I need to get done personally. But overall, it's not too hard to get these steps in. I would recommend it for most people to harken back. My friend Walter, shout out Walter, told me about the Apple Watch effect, where people will get more steps in after they see the number, and then they'll just want to do that more often, which honestly I didn't know about at all. But seeing that as a thing, I 100% is true and honest. I could see that being affecting me personally. I think that it has been a good idea. Personally, from other aspects or standpoints of it, I do like the walking in that it helps me think more, I guess. It's the easiest way of cardio because it's low impact, low friction. Don't really sweat much, if any, depending on what I'm doing. If I have the weighted backpack on, then maybe, but not that much, not an extreme amount, obviously. It's also easily recoverable. I can walk a lot and still do leg day later in the day, so it's not like I'm too fucked from the walking. And also, walking generally is good. I also sneak in some steps because of my dog, and I walk him at least 3 times a day, so that also adds to the total step count. But I will talk about the dog pill in a different episode, but we'll get there when we get there. But generally speaking, just going out of my way to try to walk around just to get it all in, making sure that I can get it all in. I think it's a good idea, especially if you are somewhat active or at least generally active. You could go with the cheaper, like Chinese 10-cent pedometer. It's not that big of a deal. I just wanted the watch because I wanted that. But the idea of getting like a smart health tracker is kind of a little ludicrous to me. I think that that's a little too extra for me. I wouldn't want to do that to myself. I think that that's too much information. Also, wearing something that tracks your sleep is kind of fucking weird, and we'll probably talk about that in some other episode, but it's not something that I would want to have personally. But I will say the walking pad, if you can get one, if you don't have a room for a treadmill, walking pad is generally a good investment, and it's very small, very cheap. You can find a shitload of them on Facebook Marketplace because people get rid of them for basically like less than $100, or we'll give them away for free. I've seen a bunch of those. It's one of those you can pick it up and there you go. Would highly recommend it. And getting the 10K once you get them is, once you get used to it, it's very easy. Then you can just start doing stuff like adding weight and stuff, and then that's like easy cardio for very little fatigue.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped. We have 2, actually. The dumbbell rows, because my bicep hurt a little bit, so I was like, I'm not doing that. And then the rice bucket, because I have to go do some stuff, like get some more steps in, which brings us back to the main subject matter for today, getting 10K steps a day. So the main reason why I wanted to talk about this is because once I got the watch and I actually realized how much I would need in order to get to that goal, it made me really focus on getting that goal every day and making sure that I get it. So I would walk more, I'd do more things, which is nice. It's been something that has paid dividends in a certain way where now I'm slightly more active than I was before. Now there are days where I'll like get there by like, you know, just at the end of the day type of deal, but or like I'll do like a lap in my living room or something like that, just like a couple of laps just to finish getting there. But it's been very rare where I'll do that because now I know what I need to do in order to get there. So I'll just do random stuff in order to get the steps in, and it's a nice thing. It's a nice little like goal each day, but also it's a nice thing to see visually, as well as knowing that it's getting you there. You know what I mean? It's been a nice addition to everything that I've been doing besides dieting, obviously. So, and the workouts, it's just a nice little bonus. Of course, I could do more, and I probably should do more, but getting at least to the baseline makes it so I can consistently hit that and then maybe go up from there, and figuring out what up is the slow but steady progression, because obviously it's a little bit of a change, especially because now you realize how much you can walk versus you don't walk, you know? It really puts it in perspective, you know? So it's a very good thing. I'd highly recommend it. Just getting any type of step pedometer, any type really, it doesn't necessarily matter, but just getting the walking in, because walking is great. It really, really does do the body and mind really well. So with that being said, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one was very much in the works, behind the scenes, obviously, until right now, because obviously I can't really talk about walking for 10K steps a month, you know, without actually doing it. So it was just something that is very nice. So tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. If you have a pedometer or track steps, let me know in the comment section down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Keep it heavy, stay safe out there, and stay warm. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.